right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, April 26th, the dreaded Friday. Although I don't think any days are easy. It is set by Imogen. Let's see what Imogen has in store. Letter or card. Oh, I do like a clue like that. It's so simple, elegant, and pithy. Of course, I've no clue what it means. Letter or card. So is it just a double definition? Or it could be a charade. Another word for or, else, something like that. Letter, of course, we immediately think of a symbol, but it could be somebody who lets a property, and that can either be the landlord or the renter. Or card, of course, could be one of the playing cards. No, not seeing it. Let's try the downs. Quark cheese. Hardly any remaining from the first minute. Oh my goodness. Quark is one of those subatomic particles, right? So I don't, excuse me, know how that would work either as wordplay or as a definition. And then hardly any remaining from the first minute could be the first M. Oh, so maybe it's a cheese. Oh, maybe something like camembert. And then hardly any of that word remaining from the first M. No. You had a late dinner, we hear, to get thin. Well, I think it must be a homophone of you had a late dinner. So something like you dined. Something about supper maybe. But then to get thin. No. Ritual performed with zest in battle. I do wonder if it could be an anagram of ritual and zest, which totals 10 letters, but what battle? So maybe a famous battle from history. Or it could be, it might be an anagram of ritual for the first 6 letters, and then we add something for zest, zip, pep. But I'm not seeing any likely anagram of ritual. That might be at the start. ALT, URI. No, I don't know it. Exposed without a spinner. I'm thinking it could be a word for exposed with an A in it, and we remove the A and we get spinner. But I don't know what a spinner is. All right, for the third time, decorate small screen. Yikes. I wonder if the definition is something about for the third time, triply or something. Decorate small, and it's going to be a screen or no. Let's go back to the acrosses. Polish or Polish king receives one cubist. I think it is going to be a cubist painter. That's a 5-letter cubist painter. Polish could be Rub. Oh, could it be Rubik, the inventor of the Rubik's Cube? And he's been playfully described as a cubist. Yes, because Rub, and then we have K for king, and they receive an I for one. All right, well, maybe that's going to help get started on the downs. Make hasty tour of one archaeological site. Well, just because it's a four-letter word beginning with R, and I see archaeological site, I'm thinking of a ruin, and I can see to make a hasty tour, well, make hasty might be run, and it tours around just like Rubik goes around an I for one, so does ruin. All right, peer, round, in store. Is it going to be, yes, I think it's going to be a word for a titled person, a peer. A round can be an O. A store, I suppose it's not the first word I would think of, but it could be a barn. And if you put in the O, you get a baron. All right. Show love to workers, as some may on entering office. Oh, I think it's going to be something people do when they enter political office. And it's going to be something like punningly show love to workers. I wonder if show love could be kiss. Kiss, well, what do some may on entering office? Could it be kiss rings? No, I don't think so. Kiss, no, kick, no, show love. Love can be an O, but I think I like kiss, but then that would mean 10 across is going to end in an S. So let's try 9 across first. Nothing in key signature at first for singers. So I think the definition is going to be singers, a particular type of singing voice in the plural. Key on your keyboard can be the Alt key, and if we put nothing in, we put an O, and then the first letter of signature is an S. Preconceived, view of special trip through capital. I don't think that's going to end in S. I think preconceived view. Oh, wait a minute. That first word ends in an I if ruin is right. Oh, could it be a Latin phrase? Oh, something like a priori, but obviously not that. Preconceived view. Oh dear. Can't think of any phrase for that. Special trip, I think, because especially we have the I and the R, I'm wondering if we're going to have an anagram of trip in there. So that's going to be a P or a T. And it goes through a 5-letter capital city. What's a 5-letter capital? Delhi, is that a capital? Preconceived view. And then that would be a T, probably. Well, of course, the anagram of trip could start with the I. but that could be T or P. Tutti Frutti, no. All right, let's go on. Claudio, always on time through 2 days and one more. Oh, is there a famous Claudio? Because I'm thinking always on time through 2 days and one more. Well, maybe the definition is one more, but I think it's going to be some cloudy. Oh, there is the composer Monteverdi. Could that be? Isn't he Claudio? Oops, Monteverdi. I can see we have Mon, which would be 1 day. Oh, yes, there's T for time, and there's ever for always. I think the first day is Mon, but I think the second day is just the letter D, and then one more is the final I. I don't know how I thought of Monteverdi there. Wouldn't be one of my favorite composers. I prefer 20th century. All right. Cross, missing most of bank holiday. No, I've no idea. Is it going to be cross? Not K-N-O-T? No. Yeah, it could be cross as in irate or cross as in traverse. It could be an X. Missing most of bank. I wonder if it could be a British bank that you drop most of the letters. Maybe it is a holiday, although I can't think of a 4-letter holiday. No. A white child of the upper classes is left behind. All right, I'm thinking the definition is going to be left behind. A white might simply indicate this starts with AW. And is child of the upper classes going to be 2 separate things? Child could be son or daughter or issue, and then upper classes can be you. But I'm wondering also if it could be a 5-letter word for a child, maybe of the aristocracy. I don't know what you would call a scion, maybe, or a... Ooh. Not sure. I can't think of a word for left behind. Of course, that could also be wordplay, having the letter L behind everything. I have a feeling it's going to, excuse me, be left behind is the definition. All right. Irish girl in hospital in Bosnia. Oh, good Lord, 2 ins. With convulsions. Now, convulsions could be an anagram indicator. I wonder if it could just simply be an Irish girl's name. Saoirse. I think it's going to have something to do with H for hospital. We saw yesterday HOSP. Could be AE for A&E or ENT. What's the country code for Bosnia? Let me pause and I don't know if it's cheating to look up the country code for Bosnia, but I don't know it off the top of my head. It is BA, and of course it's Bosnia and Herzegovina. But I think it is referred to for short as Bosnia. So maybe we have an H. Yeah, I'm trying to think of an Irish girl's name that has BA in it. Alva, um, Ailbhe, or Bridget, of course. Maybe it is going to be convulsions, spasmic or something, or spasmodic, I think is the. No, maybe not. All right, they strum quietly before tragic heroine executed. Oh my goodness. They strum quietly. Or maybe they strum. Could it be fingers, I wonder? No, but quietly is usually P, especially if it's going to be musical. Before tragic, heroine executed. Oh, how about plectra? I like that. The plural of plectrum. I don't think anyone ever says plectra, but um, yes. So I think the tragic heroine is Electra, and executed. I think this is punningly saying she has her head removed, her first letter. Have I seen that before? I don't think so, but I can I can definitely imagine that is accepted crossword trickery. Let's take a look at 14 down. Well, that A may not be right, so let me get rid of those two. Better, being dealt with humbly. Um, top, top could be better. Top of something, top to something. Oh, a better, of course, could be somebody who makes bets. Being dealt with. Ah, we've 9 letters. Being dealt with could also indicate an anagram, but I don't think so in this case. No, let's go back to the acrosses. Army, section, sound busy. I agree to return. I have a feeling it's going to be an army section. Maybe a homophone for busy. And I agree. I think it's going to go backwards. So what's a 7-letter word for an army section? A brigade. No. Apparently noisy food. No, not saying that. Archbishop given porridge, not a moment too soon. Well, bishop can be B. What is the abbreviation for archbishop? Given porridge, I think might be oats. Not a moment too soon, I think is going to be the definition. Well, just in time makes sense. Oh, porridge, of course, one of my favorite television programs growing up with Ronnie Barker. It can also be prison time. Is there or was there an Archbishop Justin? Just in time? Let me check. Maybe it's the current Archbishop of Canterbury. Yes, indeed, Justin Welby. And his middle name is Portal, Portal. How about that? British Anglican bishop since 2013, has been the 105th Archbishop of Canterbury. I like when you can work something out and then go backwards and check the details and find out it's right. All right, I think before we finish the acrosses, let's go back to some of these downs. General dropping on unprecedented bulletin. No, I've no idea where to start with that one. We looked at that. Hercules say, one sent to prison in mythical time. Oh, I wonder if the definition is Hercules say. I know there is a Hercules, is it a bomber plane that Britain has, or a helicopter? I can't remember. Hercules say, then one sent to prison, and that might go within a mythical time. Oh, there is some fancy, short but fancy word for a mythical time. No. How about a smack on the bottom for false charge? I think it's a bum rap, yes. That's just a double definition with sort of humor. Smack on the bottom could be a bum rap. Hated to change, potentially exciting meeting. Could it be an anagram of hated, which has to change? And then can potential be, but I don't know. Or hated too. The first word ends in T. Oh, how about a hot date? I think the definition then is potentially exciting meeting. I can see that. Let's finish the downs first for a change. Ancient, wood and a little metal, in old, instrument. Wow, that's a lot of words for a 5-letter answer. Could it be a ancient wood? Maybe a famous wood of antiquity. A little metal might just be the chemical symbol for a metal, which goes in O for old, or maybe it is actually in an obsolete musical instrument. Oh, of course, it could also be a scientific instrument. Now I think I need some letters for that. All right. Making a stand, wife deserts, sly type. Oh, I think having the E helps, because I just thought, I was thinking wife deserts. We're going to have to try and think of a word for a sly type, which has a W, and we remove the W. So I looked at that and thought, what if it was W-E, and I thought of a weasel. And if you remove the W, you get an easel. How about cliff is no end frightening? I'm thinking it's going to be a word for frightening in 5 letters, and we remove the 5th letter, and we get a cliff. The obvious synonym for frightening is scary, and if you drop the Y, you get a scar, which I think is a type of cliff. Yeah, all right, let's finish the acrosses. It stumps our cousin. He did you. Huh. That's the bizarre ending of that. He did you. It stumps our cousin. Um, yeah, I'm not. A very unusual ending of the word. I'm wondering if it could be, Italian or Latin word, curia, coria, corda. Maybe it stumps is the definition, something that is very difficult to understand, like this clue. Now, how about courts? Large family, all at once. Um, Courts could be woos. Large family, all at once. No, I'm wondering if it could be, if you had a large family all at once, maybe it's because you're having octuplets or quintuplets. Could be something like quins or quads, twins, but I don't think. And then it would have to mean courts as well. And I don't see, of course, there are a few meanings of courts. Places where trials go on. Tennis courts. Nope. Not quite sober. Show dissent. Going to end in R. Not quite sober. Differ something? Nope. Sandwich and more substantial fare, a bit at a time. So I can think of a word for doing something a bit at a time would be piecemeal. I can see meal being more substantial fare. How is sandwich piece? Or is it sandwich and? I don't see the piece part. Maybe it's wrong, but it has to be, I think, a bit at a time. All right. The army section now begins with H. Sound busy. I wonder if that could be hum. Like things are really humming. But how is that an army section? I'm not seeing it. All right. That's what I really feel I should be able to get. I don't think it's going to be an anagram of our cousin, because we have that A, which I'm pretty sure the A is right. Our cousin, he. So then how are we to understand? Cousin is in the middle, which makes me think it's part of the wordplay. Our cousin. Unless there's some other meaning for cousin, which of course I take personally, but I'm wondering if it can mean surround or something like that. He did you. Well, to do someone could, well, of course, there's a sexual meaning, but then could also mean he cheated you or he imitated you. I suppose grammatically it's implying he stumped you. It stumps our cousin, he did you. All right, I think I'm going to resort to wordplays.com and find a 9-letter word that meets that pattern. Well, I'm glad I resorted to wordplays.com. I mean, I always feel a little bit dirty using it, but this word I've never heard of. It is a botanical family, Araucaria, is that how you say it? And it includes the monkey puzzle tree. And so I think it stumps our cousin. Well, monkeys are, I suppose, evolutionarily speaking, our cousins, so monkey puzzle. But then he did you. I don't I don't follow that, but that is such a tough thing. By the way, a thunderstorm has just started outside and it's raining, so I hope the background noise doesn't bother anyone. Oh my goodness, that was a tough one. All right, now our ancient wood and a little metal in old instrument. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a 2 letters for ancient wood. And then we have A, and then something for metal, and it's going to be an old instrument like a sackbut or something. All right. How about Hercules say, one sent to prison in mythical time? I'm wondering now if the definition is mythical time and if this could be the something age. And so Hercules say is going to be part of the wordplay. Let me look up Hercules and see what that could be referring to. Well, there are quite a lot of Hercules. There is the HMS Hercules. It is one of several Royal Navy ships. There was a flying boat by Hughes, the Lockheed Hercules, an American military transport plane, Bristol Hercules, an engine, a Nike surface-to-air missile. So, and then of course there's the one from mythology, but I think it's going to be anything but that. Hercule Poirot, or there was an opera, I think, by Handel. Some animals. There's a moth and a parrot, beetle. Now the one I should be able to, the one sent to prison, being in the middle has to be part of the wordplay. And I'm thinking, yeah, that I could be part of the one, or maybe it's just, a lag is a slang term for a prisoner. But then this would end in I, the first word would end in IL. What would that be? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, All right, let's see, do I have any new letters? Oh, we do have the D in for the third time. Decorate, small screen. A small screen could be, I don't know, LED or something. TV, of course, for the third time. Triadic or something like that. I'm making up words now. All right, I think maybe Let's look up a Latin phrase for a preconceived view. All right, this is another one I am glad I looked up. Parti pris, French. And so it is the anagram of trip in Paris, of course. When I was trying to think of five-letter capitals, how did I not think of Paris? But I think even if I did, I think I do know pre. I know emprise in chess is a piece that can be taken. All right, well, thank goodness for the internet. All right, this one then must be kiss, show love, and what are workers? Can be ants, staff, as some may on entering office. Kiss the Bible, kiss the on entering office. No, not seeing it. Now for the third time. Decorate, small screen. Oh, could be a small screen, as in furniture. Oh, I think there is some word, old-fashioned word for that, but I'm not thinking of it. Exposed, without a spinner. No. Ritual performed with zest. So it's not simply an anagram of ritual followed by a word for zest, but maybe it is ritual zest. Let's try the anagram helper and see if anything pops up. Oh, that Z, of course, is going to be very tough. Although, of course, Austerlitz, it is. Yes. All right. Oh, my goodness. What war was that battle part of? Napoleonic, I want to say, but I have no idea. All right, we have a nice L there. A white. I thought that might be a W, but now I'm not so sure. Child of the upper classes is left behind. Could it end in LED? Then 4 down, yes. Well, although it's going to be E something D. Exposed without a spinner. Could it be a spin bowler? Are we supposed to know some cricketer? All right, let's try this. These phrases are usually gettable. Better, being dealt with humbly. Now let me pause and think about that. All right, I did have to resort to wordplays.com and it found the phrase cap in hand. So, yeah, I suppose if you approach someone cap in hand, you're being humble. Better, to better someone else's score could be to cap it. And if something is being dealt with, it is in hand. Oh, that now gives us some nice starting letters. Oh, so this doesn't start with A. A white child, could it? Of the upper classes is left behind. Oh, I've no idea. A flat white could be a coffee, but no. Now apparently noisy food. I wonder if that could be nosh. Nosh is food. How would that though be apparently noisy? I'm going to check this one. It is correct, but I have no idea. Other than I think it's probably an onomatopoeic word because it sounds like people eating. Nosh, nosh, nosh. All right, our ancient wood and a little metal in old instrument. No, not quite sober. Show descent. Not quite sober, but not drunk either. No, not seeing it. Oh, that's disappointing. After you get a good one like Cap in Hand and not really able to make progress from there. Ooh, but one down now. Our quark, cheese, hardly any remaining. There is that other subatomic element, charm. So then how's that cheese? Hardly any remaining from the first minute. Maybe there is another cheese that begins CHARM. But I'm not seeing it. Now our letter O. Yes. A letter, they do mean just a letter, as in what makes up words. And a letter is a character. And if somebody is a card, that means they are a character. They're humorous in some way. All right, you had a late dinner. We here to get thin. Oh, at 10 you ate. I think that's one of the better homophones we've had. I don't think anyone can argue with attenuate, meaning you had a late dinner. Yep. Now this white child of the upper classes. Charlie? There was a Charlie White, maybe. How about Charles, King Charles? Let's see, does 4 down, is it more likely to end with an S or another E? Let's check Charles. No. But funnily enough, that S is correct. A white child of the upper classes is left behind. Now I'm going to reveal it. Chablis, oh, a white wine. That was not on my radar. It should have been. All right, so Chablis is a white child. I suppose is CH. Of the upper classes. Is left behind. Well, that is left behind might simply be the IS at the end. But I don't see the ABL being of the upper classes. No, not seeing it. All right, how about exposed without a spinner? It is referring to cricket, or I suppose any other sport where you put spin on a ball, you put top on it. So if there's no top, it's topless, and if you're topless, you're exposed. All right, for the third time. Oh, yes, we actually had this very similar clue before. Now that I see this for the third time, it came back to me. I think it was before for the third time, perform. So if you do something once, or if you just do something, that's the first time, redo is the second, and re-redo is the third time. Small is the S, and it is an old item of furniture that you would put in a room, maybe to screen off part of it, I think. And I don't think you pronounce it re-redo, raredos or something. Anyway. All right, now our Irish girl. Oh, of course, I didn't think of the obvious Irish girl's name that has a B and an H and an A. Oops. Yes, so Irish girl is the definition. Hospital in Bosnia with convulsions. How is the SION coming in here? Yeah, I'm not following that, but I'm going to check it. It is correct. Now our Hercules, say, once sent to prison in mythical time. Now I'm going to go ahead and reveal this one. Heroic age. Oh. I think I don't like that Hercules say he's an example of a hero, and the whole mythical time is referring to the heroes. I think if it had been sandwich, say, or something else, I think I would have liked it better. And then I think the prison is a cage, and then I is one. All right. Now my army section, sound busy. I agree to return. No, I'm not thinking of I think it has to be a military word. Oh, it's not. Oh, don't tell me that army is being used as something to do with the arm. Oh, that's going too far. Sound busy was hum. I agree is sure, which returns. Oh, that is almost demonic, I would say. All right, general dropping on. I barely looked at this one. General dropping on unprecedented bulletin. Yeah, I wonder if it could be a name or a nickname for a general. Maybe that's reversed and it goes on top of unprecedented. And it's going to mean a bulletin. Let me pause and think about that. Well, I did resort to wordplays.com again, just in the matter of getting this over with in a timely fashion. Communique is a bulletin. Unprecedented is unique. And general is common. Yeah, I can see that. And we drop the ON to just get calm. Ooh, and now that gives us a nice... Oh, this must be quads. Yes, quads as in courts, courtyards, areas, particularly at a school. Don't they call it the quad? All right, let's do the bottom left. Yeah, I think it's going to be an old instrument, but I'm going to reveal it. Shawm. Let me pause and look that up. Yes, it is a double reed woodwind instrument made in Europe from the 12th century to the present day, peak of popularity during the medieval and Renaissance periods. So, let's see. Ancient wood, could that be the Shaw? I'm thinking a little metal might simply be the M. A little ancient wood. No, we're going to have to rely on 15 squared. So show descent would be to demure, I think. Not quite. sober. I don't see how the wordplay works, but let's check it. It is correct. All right, kiss. I'm going to put in kiss rings, but I don't think that's right. No, kiss hands. It is, oh, hands, of course, are workers, deckhands, for example. Yes. Now cross, I'm thinking inch, but that doesn't seem right. How would that be? Cross, or I'm going to put it in. It's the only word I can think of. No. All right. Oh, an ankh. Yes, that is that an Egyptian cross? Oh, and it's a hidden clue within bank holiday. All right. Okay, check all. Nothing dropped out that I can see. Let's check 15 squared. All right, today's blog is by Manehi. Quite a few to check today. There we go. Erno Rubik. Party pre. Prejudice from a French term. Okay. Monteverdi. I wanted to check on Chablis, but not sure about CH plus A and B plus is behind L. A and B are used in a variety of contexts to denote the first or top two classes. So the upper classes are A and B, and then is behind L. But even Manehi is not sure about that. Oh, it wasn't BA for Bosnia. It was the whole word, anagram of Bosnia, with the H for hospital, of course. You should have seen that. Yes, so the definition of humor is arm E section. That's terrible. Nosh, oh, apparently noisy, no SH, no shush. Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. Oh, and apparently there was a former Guardian crossword setter. So if you've been doing the Guardian crossword for a long time, you'll know that name, I'm sure. It's known as the monkey puzzle tree, therefore might stump or puzzle a monkey. And he did you is referring to this former setter stumped you in the past. Yes. All right, demure, or to demur, I think, is to disagree, which is not all the letters of demure, which I think is the way I pronounce it. Wow, peace is a Scottish word for a sandwich. Did not know that. Oh, and so cheese, hardly any remaining from the first means take the first letters of those four words, and then the M for minute is also the first letter, but we get that as an abbreviation. Oy, oy, oy. And then 21. Well, kiss hands, by the way. Oh, kissing hands of the monarch is done by UK prime ministers as they take office. All right, I was thinking, is this referring maybe to, I don't know, some people go into the office and kiss hands, but that makes more sense. All right, shawm. Shaw is an ancient word for a wood or a thicket. Never heard that before. And a little bit of M for metal. All right, well, that was a very tough one, I thought, but it is Friday, so what do you expect? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.